Hello, Pittsburgh Pap here. It's June 2018. This past Monday I decided to, in between rain, start mowing. I have about 2 acres to mow on my 15-year-old Cub Cadet. Lots of good videos on YouTube about how to treat your Cub Cadet and fix different things. But I started developing additional problems with it. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you one of the biggest ones. The right hand side of the mower deck started digging into the turf on turns. This is a shady spot. It's always damp. Grass is pretty fine, and I come around here and I was just plowing with it. Unlike my neighbor, I will occasionally buy something new. He's also got a 76 Mercedes in that garage. He'll spend $5,000 to get the frame welded. But anyway, I got to this spot on Monday, and the drive belt started to tick. Tick, 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 tick. And I knew what that was, so I knew I'd have to replace that belt for the 5th or 6th time. And when I stuck my head in there to look at it, I had a bearing whirl in the transmission. And I'm listening to that, and the bearing's growling, and I'm like, I'm not going there. This motor's 15 years old, the tires are bald, the deck's cracked, it has issues, still runs good, because I replaced the oil gaskets in it and stuff. That was a job I didn't videotape because I made so many mistakes. But I'm buying a new zero-turn mower. What follows is why I want a zero-turn mower. I mow about 2 acres, and I have the obstacles that follow. I could have purchased my new mower from Lowe's for the price shown, and they said they would deliver it for free, but not until June 17th. Today's the 7th. Grass is growing. Instead, I decided to buy my machine from my local dealer. Carries a full line of products, different brands. He carries what he knows what works and what he can work on, and I have somebody to call if I have issues. And my local dealer for Hustler products is Pro Power Equipment in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. There are a lot of companies that make zero turns. It seems like every state has a brand. Big Dog, Stag, just innumerable amount of people slapping these together, and some of them will be around for a while and some of them don't. And then you have the big box store brands, Sears, Craftsman, Toro, Husqvarna, Lowe's carries John Deere, Ariens. They're just all brand names for MTD, and different companies put them together. They all have stamped out decks. Briggs & Stratton motors. A few of them have Kohlers and Kawasaki's. I did a lot of research, and this is going back years, and I settled on Hustler as a brand because the deck, the most wearable portion where the rubber meets the road, is all welded from heavy-duty steel, fabricated in a shop by welders. Nothing that's stamped out on a big machine with nice curves and all that kind of stuff where the cracks develop. Because you can only stamp steel that's so thick, and they talk about gauge thickness. They don't use gauge on my mower, they use 1/4 inch. And then they put reinforcement around it. So what went bad on my Cub Cadet was the deck, and the mountings for the spindles and all that go bad. I settled on Hustler brand because they use good motors. They're hydrostatic drive, no more belt drive. I can pull things around with it, lawn roller, whatever, and the welded deck. How did I pick which Hustler I wanted? I picked the Raptor Limited because on the Limited you get larger drive tires, a more comfortable seat, and flexible forks in the front for going over. I have a lot of lumps in my yard, a lot of roots and things, mold mounds and whatever, and they smooth out the ride. And you also get an hour meter so you can tell when your maintenance is due. The rest of the features are pretty much identical, but for a few $100s I got the nicer model. Because of the size of his trailer and everything, he parked in the neighbor's driveway across the road. He's getting ready to unload the new tractor and bring it over. Here she comes. This is what you call service. Now you see the way this was delivered? It didn't come off the back of the truck in a box. I don't have to fool anything around. Everything's been checked out at his shop. And that's why I paid a couple $100s more to buy local from a dealer. Now they know who I am, where I live. If I have any issues, they can come and find me. I don't have to be talking to an 800 number at the big box store trying to figure out how I'm going to get my grass cut.
My name is Bill. I'm with Pro Power Equipment. We're located in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. We're a Hustler dealer. We sell the Hustler brand among some other brands that we sell. It's a great machine. It's been a great machine for us. We sell a good many of them. See very few of them back for repairs. If you're ever in Pennsylvania, please visit us at Pro Power Equipment in Mount Pleasant, PA.
New for 2018 are the flex forks on the Raptor Limited, which is going to be nice. Nice heavy blades. Control panel. Another thing that Pro Power Equipment did for me, I could tell as soon as it got here, they washed it. Hustler used to sell these without the engine guards, or they were added equipment, but it's standard equipment now, I think, on all the models, which is just smart. The only way to tell your gasoline level is through the view window. These are the turf tires. I think they're pretty aggressive, nice. There's a little keeper on the gas cap, keep it from falling down in the dirt. Kind of handy. We're going to fill it up with gas through my new easy pour spout. I got a video out there on that too. You can burn up to 10% ethanol fuel, but if you use E10 fuel, it voids your warranty. They don't even sell E10 around here. We're going to do a ready, set, go test between my Cub Cadet and my new Hustler. I'm going to get the stopwatch on my phone out here, and whenever I start it up and I go, I'm going to start the stopwatch. I'm going to go up there and go around a post I have up there in the yard, come back and see the difference. 57 seconds. Okay, I've driven this tractor all of 50 feet, and I figured out you drive it like a motorcycle in a parking lot. Or a bicycle, just like handlebars. So now I'm going to go rev her up, make the same trip. Practice. Seconds, about 8.5 seconds faster. Don't get too overconfident. I didn't hurt anything yet. I stopped it immediately when I realized I was in trouble. If I have this tree stuck between the mower deck and the rear tire, which is going to take some effort. I don't want to do it mechanically. I'm sure if I knew what I was doing, I might be able to walk it out of there, but I'm going to move it by hand. With the brake off, I was able to walk that away from the tree. I don't even think we scratched the paint, but it was serendipitous. The moment I got it stopped is when I knew I was in trouble. Didn't actually hit the tree. I just cut the corner too sharp and tucked myself right into it. We always called this area the field. It was a baseball field, and now part of it's my garden. This was always good for at least 45 minutes. I just mowed everything I'm showing you here, some of it twice, in about, I don't know, 25 minutes maybe, if that, and put the clock on it. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't out here very long. I didn't hurt myself, I didn't hurt the yard, and I didn't hurt the tractor. I was playing around with the adjustment height, a few other things. I like to cut close and not very frequently, so I'm always mowing high grass down to 1.5 inches. This is the kind of job I got from the Hustler. It did leave a few pieces behind here and there, but that's how low I cut. The next height was over here. I could probably cut that height and be happy. Now all I can do it so dang fast. The break-in period, as far as you being able to use it as well as use your current mower, it's going to take you a couple times. One of the tips I learned was if you're going straight ahead the tractor doesn't stay straight ahead. You know, you bounce and it'll change directions a little bit. Whichever way the tractor's bouncing, like you're bouncing to the right, keep your right throttle pushed the whole way forward and adjust with your left to bring it back into line. Just pull back on your left a little bit and it'll come right back into line. Keeping one throttle or the one lever, transmission lever, full ahead, and just making small adjustments with the other one. The biggest warning I can give you is don't try and steer with both at the same time. You just start fishtailing, figuratively speaking, but you just start weaving back and forth, and you can't really get it under control until you learn how to use it really well. So keep one steady, make your inline adjustments with your other arm, and when you get in close, for God's sake, slow down, because this thing will turn in zero. That's how I got wrapped around a tree. I just turned too sharp and tucked the tree right into the tractor. A little wee gap. I turned so sharp the tree just went right into that gap between the mower deck and the tire. I don't know how many other fun things I'm going to come up with. Kawasaki's performing real well. It's not ticking and pinging. It's not running hot or anything. Got a nice muffler on. This is cold as can be here. It's almost room temperature. And got a nice muffler on it down there. And what I like about this versus a Cub Cadet, if you remember on these tractors, regular tractor, the exhaust comes out the front. And on a hot day, you're constantly driving over top of your exhaust, smelling it and feeling the heat from the motor flowing back on you. And if it's 95 out and you're mowing all day, that gets to you. All the heat and exhaust is in the back here. You're always moving away from it. I like that a lot. So far, so good. The other feature that I like is the flex forks. I may have mentioned earlier on, I got a lot of moles in the yard, and they made me a lot of holes over the years, and it got kind of rough. And there were times when I'd be on the Cub Cadet and hit a hole and actually say, ouch, it would go right up my spine. I'm flying like crazy. I don't feel nothing. It is truly a comfortable ride. I can't tell you how much of a difference it is in just the ride factor. And these turf tires doing a tremendous job. That hill over there, I used to have to swing wide to get my next, when I was going around squares, I'd have to swing real wide to climb that hill without spinning. I'd just go down there, do the old zero turn, come flying back. And I always finished up here in the middle, and I'd have to make big wide extra turns to get back to where the high grass was. And man, all I did was zip around and go after it. It's just so much easier. After 4 or 5 mows with this, I am going to be very, very happy. I gotta tell you, I drove straight up along my tomato fence there and then got up there and turned around, but it was a little bit contentious. That's the word. It was tricky. And I didn't even try and get in between my squash plants that are dead ahead there. Backing up is a whole new skill. I have not mastered it. I don't recommend you put away your Mercedes, the glass top patio furniture, kid's swimming pool before you start trying to back up in this thing, because it is not easy to master. This is the steepest place I mow. It's pretty much a straight up the hill bank. Probably about goes up 4 feet between here and very short distance. In my Cub Cadet, I can make that hill, but not do any sharp turns on it. So we're going to go in there and play with this grass here now. One time about 3 years ago, I mowed grass for 3 hours here with my Cub Cadet. 2 days later, I ended up in the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack. I have 4 stents in my heart. I earned the right to worry about that. But I had severe chest muscle pains, and I just thought I'd better go get checked out. It was from steering the Cub Cadet. Muscle pain. Pure and simple. This steers effortlessly. You put no strength into it, no muscles into it. It's fingertip control. The biggest mistake you'll make when you first start is gripping the handlebars like you're hanging on to a baby. No. Just hold them nice and loose in your hand and steer the thing using the levers. You don't have to hang on like death grip. Here's the most important part, or one of the most important parts. This is my invoice from Pro Power Equipment in Mount Pleasant, PA. You met Bill earlier. Really nice guy to deal with. It's almost kind of funny. All I did, I told you I ran into tractor trouble on Monday. Monday night after business hours, I emailed them and said that I wanted to buy a Hustler Raptor Limited 52-inch with a Kawasaki engine. What's your price, and how soon can I have it in my driveway? He quoted me $3,600. The actual invoice was the quote he gave me was $3,600, and it came to $3,600.82. He said just write the check for $3,600 to call it even, so he made good on his price. And without the tax, it was $33.97, which is just about what Lowe's charges. And instead of getting a Lowe's truck dropping it off with somebody that never drove one of these things before, when I bought my Cub Cadet off of Lowe's, I went and picked it up. Within the first 2 weeks, 3 things fell off of it. I have a neighbor on my video channel. You see where his Cub Cadet burned to the ground. He went out and bought a Raptor SD, a little more expensive model than mine. Bill just came out yesterday and serviced it for him, one of his crew. He didn't have to take it to the shop. They came right out and did it right on his property. They don't charge that much, and I expect to get the same kind of service from my local dealer as he does. I had more fun mowing my grass than I thought I ever could. Of course, I enjoyed my Cub Cadet when I bought it too. It was quite an upgrade from what I had. But it's, like I said, 15 years old. It's time to get a new one, and I cannot be more happier than my Hustler Raptor Limited. The ride is great. You can see the cut is great. I didn't scalp anything. I didn't tear anything up. I did do a couple sharp turns, got a little bit of a spin mark in the grass, but I got that all the time out of my Cub Cadet just trying to make turns. These ones I can avoid just by taking it a little bit easier. To get it stuck behind that orange tree way up there in the middle of the screen. And I swear, I was only out here a half an hour. I had everything about mowed. It was crazy. Whenever you get down towards the end and you're cutting with a regular tractor, you have to make those big swinging turns. And when you're mowing around a tree and you have to make 4 passes at it because you can't get close, your front tires are slipping, the grass is wet, or whatever, this changes everything. I have so many obstacles. You saw how many obstacles I have to mow around. I can't say enough about it.